Hey friends, listen. I stuck to my word because this is the second day that I said I was going to post, and this is the second day that I'm posting. And those of you that have followed me for a minute, you have to be proud of me. You have to be proud of me. I told you guys weeks ago that if you guys see me uploading on YouTube, it's strictly out of obedience. Because I've been very scared to do YouTube. I've been very vocal about that. But I have a word for y'all today. Okay, I got a word for y'all today. Ooh. Hold on. Okay, be for real. No, today's word is stop tripping, baby. Maybe it's not always your fault. Stop tripping. Maybe it's not always your fault. The verse that stemmed this thought in my mind today was from Romans. We're in Romans 5:3 to be exact. Again, I'm reading from the NLT version. This is my cute little Bible. I have the NLT journaling Bible from Hosanna Revival. I'll put it in the description. It's the one that comes with the cute little note section on the side. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with this. Do they got an ambassador program? What? As many times as I sent this link out. Anyway, today's verse is Romans 5:3. In my version, it says, "We can rejoice too when we run into problems and trials, for we know that they help us develop endurance." Ooh. Let me run it back. We can rejoice too when we run into problems and trials, for we know that they help us develop endurance. Now, I look up words. I'm the girl, when I'm reading my Bible, I have to look at the definitions. Even when I feel like I know what the word means, like I need to really understand what the word means. And so I looked at the word endurance, and it said the ability to withstand hardships or adversity. The ability to withstand hardships or adversity, the ability to make it through, the ability to get by, the ability to stand strong, the ability to overcome any trial, any tribulation, any hardship. We can rejoice too when we run into problems and trials, for we know that they help us develop the ability to withstand hardships or adversity. Is my phone tilting? Stand up. As soon as I read this, it brought me to the thought of why have I never been able to pinpoint anything positive or take anything positive away from any of my negative experiences. I've never been able to do that. And when I sat down and I really thought about the reason why for that, and I'm sure some people will relate to this, but I have always viewed all of my negative experiences as punishment. Every time something negative happened to me or just any type of hardship came about, any type of trial at all, I would sit there and view it as punishment to the point that I internalized it. So I would sit and try to pinpoint exactly what I did at any given moment that could have caused that punishment in my life. Like, what did I do to deserve this trial? What did I do to deserve this hardship? Why am I being punished like this? And because of that, I was never able to pick any type of positive thing out of any trial. I was never able to rejoice under any type of pressure at all. Rejoice meaning to find any type of joy or, what was the definition of rejoice? The definition of rejoice was feel or show great joy or delight. So I was never able to pick any type of positive thing out of there to where I could find even a little bit of joy or delight in any of my negative trials or tribulations, because I was viewing it as I did something to deserve this. Now that actually, isn't that in somewhere? I want to say it's like John. Is it John? Hold on, pause. I'm pretty positive it's John, where he healed the blind man. Is it John? Do I really know scripture like that now? Look at God. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Won't he? Ooh. Okay, be for real. John 9. I'm so surprised that I knew that. But John 9. Ooh, I remember reading this, baby. It says, verse 1. It says, as Jesus was walking along, he saw a man who had been blind from birth. Rabbi, his disciples asked him, why was this man born blind? Was it because of his own sins or his parents' sins? It was not because of his sins or his parents' sins? Jesus answered, this happened so the power of God could be seen in him. Now, if you just read it straight through like that and you're not really trying to understand what it's saying, then it ain't gonna mean much to you, baby. But when you really look at what that verse just said, the disciples were asking Jesus, whose fault is this? Why was this man born blind? Why did he deserve this punishment? Was it his fault? Did he do something to deserve this negative thing in his life? Or was it his parents' fault? But somebody had to do something. Somebody had to do something for this man to be born with such a punishment as this, right? And Jesus said, no, it ain't nobody's fault. No. Nobody did anything. It's not that he's being punished. That happened to him so that the power of God could be seen in him. It happened so that God could snap his little fingers and heal that man of his blindness. And now everybody, if you read the story, now all his neighbors and everybody around him started following Jesus because they're like, how did you heal from your blindness? How can you see now? I'm confused. Like, everybody was all confused. And listen, I just think it's so crazy. So many of us sit here and we blame ourselves for every hardship in our life. We sit there and we internalize everything as if we are always the problem. And baby, stop tripping. It's not always your fault. What if, just hear me out. I'm just asking, what if? What if that hardship and that trial and that tribulation and that negative experience was allowed to happen in your life so that God can snap his fingers and take that right away from you and give you a full circle reinvention of your whole daggone life? This is my whole story. If you've been following me for a while, if you have me on TikTok and you followed my journey, this is literally my story. I had so many things happen in my lifetime. You guys know a lot, and there's a lot that I will still just take to the grave with me. Nobody will ever know. But there's a lot of negative things that have happened, and I viewed that as punishment. I thought I was the issue. I'm like, I did something horrible to deserve this. And I'm not saying that you're blameless. I ain't saying that nothing in life is your fault. Don't do that. What I'm saying is, what if you've been sitting around for so long, blaming yourself for something, viewing a trial and a tribulation as punishment, when really God just wants to snap his fingers and heal you from that so that you can give God all the glory when you step out of that? What? I'll be getting me sidetracked, baby. This ain't even alive, and I'm still going to blame y'all because what? Let's get back on track, okay? The verse is Romans 5:3. It speaks about this also in James. I did write that one down. In James chapter 1, verse 2. It says, dear brothers and sisters, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. Basically, it's not always your fault. You're not always being punished. Maybe, just maybe, God allowed you to go through certain things to grow you, to develop you, to mold you into the person that he formed you to be, that he created you to be before the world got a hold of you, before you got a hold of you. I'm sorry. Maybe instead of sitting around tripping over this all the time, maybe instead of internalizing it as if you are always the problem, maybe try to just pick something good out of it. I had to really work on getting into the habit of finding something, anything positive that came out of every negative situation, because otherwise I would go down the rabbit hole. I would be internalizing everything. I'd be blaming myself for everything, and I would linger in that pain or in that hurt or in that betrayal, whatever it was. I would linger in that for far too long. Like, just sitting around wasting time, just sitting around in my negative thoughts for however long. And when I started to wrap my mind around the fact that every single situation, whether good or bad or anywhere in between, it's building me, it's forming me into the person that I was created to be. It's helping me grow and stretch into the best version of myself. And when I look at it like that, all the even in the most negative of situations, I don't know how I'm able to do it nowadays, but even in the most negative of situations, it's almost a habit for my mind to pick something positive out of every situation, because I truly believe that even when it hurts, it's growing me. That even when I feel betrayed in the moment, even when I feel heartbroken in the moment, it's building me into somebody that I deserve to be. It's building me. Woo! I know you lying. Oh, I'm scared. Anyway, child, it's building me into the person that I deserve to be on this planet. I don't deserve to live in misery. We don't deserve to live a miserable life. You deserve a life that's much better and much more fulfilling than just working a job you hate to pay bills at a house that you don't even really enjoy with a partner that isn't really aligned with you because you don't even really know who you are. Jesus, I'm sorry. I ain't even need to come at y'all like that. It's only day 2. That bee is gonna get me. It's gonna get me. Jesus. Anyway, that's the word of the day for y'all. Stop tripping, love. It's not always your fault. Sometimes it's happening for you and not to you, baby. If you don't have me across any other social media platforms, make sure you guys go follow me. It's all things CWin across all things social media. I am doing a 22-day challenge in October, so I will be here on YouTube just breaking down or giving my perspective on certain verses for all 22 days, Monday through Friday, all of October. So I will see y'all back here tomorrow. Bye, friends.